If you watch a lot of budget action camera reviews, then you may know that the term GoPro killer has been so grossly overused. To get a few extra views on their reviews, many people have come up with $100 camera reviews labeling them GoPro killers. And today, when we actually have something that can really challenge the GoPro, we don't know what to call it. So I guess we'll just call it the Xiaomi Yi2 4K. I'm not a tech channel, but as the name suggests, a motorcycle channel. We use GoPro every week on each of our shoots. It's our A-cam. I started using GoPro Hero4 Black since late 2014, and in the last 2 years, it has remained the undisputed champion in the world of action cameras. Is that about to change? Let's find out. Both the cameras offer 4K at 30 FPS, and the 4K footage is actually made of images equivalent to 8 megapixels on each frame compared to 2 megapixels on full HD 1080p. 4K gives a lifelike clarity, and even when scaled down to 1080p, it still looks better than footage shot in 1080. I have an entire series of 4K videos from the GoPro. I'll leave a link on the description, and something should pop up on the screen right now. At 2.7K, things go a bit different. GoPro offers 60 FPS, whereas the Xiaomi offers 2.5K at 30 FPS. The 2.7K 60 FPS is useful for people who want to zoom in post-production up to 50% and still get 1080p in that 60 FPS production format. In short, GoPro wins this round due to the higher frame rate. At 1080p, the cameras are evenly matched with both the GoPro and Yi2 4K offering up to 120 FPS. Both of them offer the choices of 30 and 60 FPS as well, but GoPro offers 50 and 90 FPS right off the camera. You can turn the Yi-cam to PAL mode to get these frame rates, so here it's a tie, but actual footage quality varies. The GoPro looks really stressed out when pushed to the 1080p 120 FPS format, whereas the Yi2 4K seems to offer the 120 FPS without significant drop in video quality. This round goes to the Yi2 4K, just for the slow motion. But at 1080p 60 FPS, I prefer the GoPro image quality over the Yi2. Though they are both shooting at 60 FPS, the GoPro images appear a bit sharper to me. Here is the real difference. The GoPro doesn't offer any stabilization, but the Yi offers inbuilt stabilization. Now, we've had mixed results with the stabilization on the Yi2 4K. It's not the gyro which the Firefly offered and which I really liked. It's more like a stabilization that you get on smartphone, that is OIS or optical image stabilization. In random shakes while we attach the camera to the back of the motorcycle, this stabilization works really well. In walking, some visible warp is there in the images, especially towards the frame of the video, the outer edges I mean. The stabilization is a nice concept, but it still needs to improve a lot, but I would rather have the option because in some cases it does work very well. The stabilization is currently limited to 1080p 60 FPS medium field of view or 720p 120 FPS. Ultra wide video mode does not support stabilization, and no stabilization in 4K or 2.5K as well. At 720p, both the cameras are offering 240 FPS, but the GoPro only offers a very narrow field of view, and with lots of noise, this footage is mostly unusable. But the Yi2 4K offers super smooth slow motion in full wide angle, as we prefer to go wide in the videos. This is really usable footage, and the amount of noise that is there in the footage is also negligible, giving us 240 FPS video that we can actually use in our production, which means super smooth slow motion for those ultra dramatic shots. In color space, the Yi2 is a bit saturated, and a later firmware upgrade makes shooting in flatter profile possible. So if you install the app and get the upgrade later, your Yi2 color space will look more natural or more flat out, which gives you better control in color grading in post-production. GoPro already had the much acclaimed Pro Tune, which is why all the video professionals prefer it. In our shooting, we used both in the standard mode, as most consumers will be using it in that mode as well. Everyone knows about the GoPro's Super View mode. It's something where GoPro offers a combination of two images into a wide look, and this is not towards the left and right. It captures more of the sky and the road as well, so your view is widely spread out and it gives you a more natural feel of what you're seeing as a POV cam. This Super View feature is GoPro proprietary, and the Yi2's Ultra mode does not really match it, so that's another positive thing for the GoPro, and GoPro wins here. Let's take a look at the pricing. The Yi2 comes for $250, whereas the GoPro retails for around $450 to $500. In India, GoPro retails for around $650 or rupees 42,000, which is even more bad news. But the Yi doesn't have a waterproof casing and accessories or mounts in the factory packaging, so the price goes up to $310 if you add the original case and a generic mount pack. Links of both I've provided in the description below for your direct purchase. However, the Yi2 comes with an inbuilt touchscreen, whereas the GoPro takes another $80 to add that touchscreen, and it makes the price go up to $580. Also makes the camera bulkier, thicker and heavier. Let's first take a look at build quality and ease of use. The GoPro feels solid in the hand, and so does the Yi2 4K. The case of the GoPro feels better built, but I didn't buy the original case for the Yi2, so I just got a cheap case for $10 from GearBest, so we can't really compare the quality of both the cases. The GoPro appears a slightly more compact and lighter, but remember, it doesn't have a screen at the back. At the bottom, we have a tripod mounting option for the Yi2, which is not there on the GoPro. The battery and SD card both go into the compartment for the Yi2, but at the top we have the single button for the Yi-Cam, which turns the camera on as well as takes video or photo depending upon which mode you're on. The GoPro has a power button up front, but the video start and stop button is on the top as well. The back is where the main difference is. The Yi has the touchscreen, whereas the GoPro only has the connector for the LCD backpack or other compatible accessories like the Sina's GP10. One thing we liked was the charging port cover of the Yi doesn't come off entirely, whereas I've lost the cover of the charging port of the GoPro because it completely comes off and it's the easiest part to lose. The GoPro comes with a blinking red LED up front on the bottom as well as on the top, and one on the back. These 4 lights ensure that no matter whichever angle you're looking at the GoPro, you can actually determine whether the camera is recording or not. Going to the Yi2, the front LED doesn't really blink red and the top only blinks, so you have to somehow manage to look on the top, and it's not a very bright thing. At least ease of use wise, this feature is great on the GoPro. However, there is another big advantage for the GoPro whereas the Yi2 disappoints, and it is that it doesn't have an external mic input whereas the GoPro does, and this is a big win for the GoPro. The internal mic on the GoPro is also a lot better. The internal mic of the Yi2 failed to impress me. You can frame your shot and change menu settings through the touchscreen, which is so intuitive. I took this camera right out of the box and to my Harley Davidson shoot the next day, and I was using it like a camera that has been with me for quite some time. It has photo, video, burst, time-lapse, loop recording, or even time-lapse video or hyperlapse all built into the camera, which is pretty amazing. It also has a special mode called slow motion where you can shoot slow motion videos and make the slow motion part right inside the camera. You don't have to go to post-production for it. I don't really prefer it, but for consumers who do not have access to post-production video, maybe this is a great feature. And it creates small proxy files for whenever you're capturing even 4K footage or a 720p 240 240 fps footage, you can play it back right in the camera and see what you have captured. Since it's live view camera, you can also see the shot while it's being captured. I know GoPro has the app to do it, but it becomes difficult. So we have been shooting blind for years because I could not afford GoPro's LCD backpack, which costs a lot in my country at least. This camera makes it really easy for us, and right now we're using this camera for all our shots where a cameraman needs to be on the ground and frame the shooting in slow motion. Of course, the menu lets you customize how much screen time you have, and after that the screen turns off save power. And all this might seem like heavy on the battery life, but you're in for a surprise. The GoPro lasts for about 1 hour and anyone who's using it is complaining about it. And the GoPro has a 1160 mAh battery, but the Yi battery is 1400 mAh and it lasts a full 2 hours of video recording. And the battery standby time is so amazing because when the camera is in standby mode, it consumes almost no power. This double battery life is really a huge advantage. After patiently watching this review, I'm sure most of you are considering the Yi2 4K. Yi2 is also upgrading the firmware via the app, just like the GoPro, and we're getting more and more features as we go along. But GoPro has a Pro Tune mode which lets you customize video shutter speed and other things, which is what professional video makers often use. But if you are an enthusiast just waiting to start a YouTube channel, the Yi2 4K is a better bet for you. Right now, all the GoPro gimbals are not going to be supported by the Yi2 since it's a larger camera and it has a different weight. You cannot mount the Yi2 to a drone even. We are expecting that Xiaomi or other brands will be coming up for specific gimbals made for the Yi2. Again, this is all for the prosumers or for the entry-level professional. So if you're a consumer, you might not be spending $300 extra just to get a 3-axis gimbal. For the rest of the things, the Yi2 definitely produced great results compared to the Hero 4 Black. These cameras will perfectly complement each other for me, but if I had to pick one camera to take all the shots, it would be a really tough decision. Now, I don't want to appear biased towards any of these great products, and money was not a problem, then I would take the GoPro, the LCD backpack, and a lot of spare batteries. If, however, I'm not being allowed to use an LCD backpack and I have the same number of batteries for the GoPro and the Yi2 4K, then I would definitely take the Yi2 4K because the same number of batteries will give me double the battery life. I have the ability to stabilize the footage. I have a touchscreen on the back. When you factor in the price, that it's almost half the price for any startup level YouTuber, I think the Yi2 4K makes a lot of more sense. And even if you are an enthusiast just waiting to capture your family holidays, then think of this. The Xiaomi's Yi2 4K is giving you stabilization, it's giving you 4K, and it's giving you that super slow motion. So for an average consumer, I think the Yi2 4K is the ultimate choice. Yes, it needs the external mic support because that is a big hole for moto vloggers and even other vloggers who really want that feature. So if Xiaomi is listening, I know you watch these reviews, please put it in via firmware upgrade and make this awesome product super awesome. Thanks for watching and I'll see you very soon. I hope this review gave you what you needed as a purchase decision. I hope you really liked this review. I put a lot of effort into it. If you liked it, press that like button, subscribe to our channel. We'll be using these cameras in all of our next shoots and we'll be doing a lot of awesome motorcycle content. Even if you're not into motorcycles, maybe give it a try. Thanks for watching and I'll see you very soon. This is Rahul. Goodbye.